A very good afternoon to you. You're watching Lunchtime News here on MTV Sports with me, Suan Fernando. Let's start off with a look at the headlines. The first transshipment cargo vessel carrying 1,000 vehicles arrives at the Hambantota port. Police investigating an attack on the Peradeniya rest house. And in news overseas, Syrian government bans 17 Western diplomats. And now for the news in detail. The first ship carrying vehicles berthed at the Magampura Mahinda Rajapaksa port in Hambantota this morning.
A correspondent noted that a cargo carrier named Frisia had arrived at the port carrying a consignment of vehicles. The Sri Lanka Ports Authority said that the Asian Sun vessel carrying a transshipment cargo of 1,000 vehicles is also expected at the Hambantota port from Chennai today.
රටේ සියලු ජනතාව අතර යම් යම් කණ්ඩායම් විසින් පතුරවා තිබුණු කරුණු කාරණා නිසා මේ වරායට නෞකා ගේන්න බෑ කියලා තිබ්බා.
Certain people spread rumors saying that vessels cannot come into this port. They said that there was a large rock at the access point with sandbanks along obstructing the path. They said that the port was not insured with international insurance companies. Such rumors were spread among the people by a certain group. Today, the first vehicle cargo carrier arrived at the Mahinda Rajapaksa port. With this arrival, all those charges have become baseless.
පළවෙනි වාහන නෞකාව මේ මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ වරායට අරගෙන එන්න. මේ වරාය මේ නෞකාව මේ වරායට සේන්දු වීමත් එක්ක ඔය තිබිච්ච සියලු දුර්මත අපිට දුරු කරන්න පුළුවන්කම ලැබෙනවා.
The Sri Lanka Ports Authority is of the view that the port will become one of the important in the region in the coming decade. The Sri Lanka Ports Authority added that importers no longer need to pay additional taxes due to delays at the Colombo harbour, as cargo can now be unloaded at the Hambantota port.
Democratic National Alliance parliamentarian Anurukumara Dissanayake says that vehicle prices may increase by another 50,000 rupees as they have to be transported from the Hambantota harbour. He expressed this view at a JP meeting in Balagala yesterday.
The Hambantota වරාය විවෘත කරලා අවුරුදු දෙකකට කිට්ටුයි. මොකද්ද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? නැව්වෙන්නේ. දැන් බඩු පටවන්නේ.
It has been nearly 2 years since the Hambantota port was opened. What has happened? No ships have come. What's the use of a port with no ships and no cargo? Is it to park buses? What have they decided now? They say that all vehicle carriers heading to Colombo will be diverted to Hambantota. What a decision. See what has happened by building this port. When a port is built, efficiency should increase and there should be benefits such as lower prices. Now what has happened? We will have to pay an extra 50,000 rupees to buy a vehicle thanks to Hambantota. Moving on, the Ministry of Fisheries has decided to use a large multi-day vessels for fishing in international waters. Subject Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne said that 4 such vessels are due from China. He went on to note that by using large vessels, a significant amount of foreign exchange can be brought to the country. Also in local news, Peradeniya police has commenced investigations into an incident where government-owned Peradeniya rest house had been attacked. Police stated that the management of the rest house had lodged a complaint stating that a group of students of the Peradeniya University had carried out the attack. The rest house management stated that the group of students had carried out the attack last night. They stated that a few students had arrived at the rest house last night with the intention of consuming alcohol but had left following a brawl with an employee. However, according to the management, around 50 university students had arrived around half an hour later and attacked the rest house. A number of employees at the rest house were injured in the incident and one employee has been admitted to the Candid Teaching Hospital. Police stated that investigations have commenced to identify those involved in the attack. We inquired about the incident from the Public Relations Officer of the Peradeniya University, CRCK Godamunna. He stated that no information has come to light suggesting the involvement of students in the incident. Police have opened fire on a lorry that had failed to stop at a checkpoint in the Wakwella area in Galle. The police said that the lorry was transporting cattle in an illegal manner.
Based on a tip-off the police had received at dawn today, a group of police officers from the Galle police had been waiting at a checkpoint to seize the lorry. However, when the lorry was ordered to stop, it ignored the police and continued its journey. As a result, the police said they were compelled to open fire at the lorry. Following the shooting, the lorry driver and his assistant had fled the area. The police noted that 3 of the animals had died following the shooting. 2 pregnant cows were also discovered in the lorry.
An event organized by the July Strikers joint organization was held yesterday. The event was held near the Borella bus stand. A wheelchair and a monetary donation were presented to DMD Samathapala, who lost his job during the 1980 July strike. There is no point in saying this is a workers' government or government dedicated to serving the workers. We would like to remind the President and the government to take necessary measures without any further delay by looking at innocent people like this. Well, in another episode regarding the human-elephant conflict, a person has been killed in a wild elephant attack in Abanpola. A correspondent said the tragedy had occurred at around 10 last night.
The victim, a resident of Rolava, is a 39-year-old father of 2. Yesterday, News First aired a report about a pachyderm whose life was at risk in Galgamua. This is the manner in which attempts were made to rescue the pachyderm. Meanwhile, a wound was evident on the left leg of the pachyderm that was roaming the area. When we made inquiries from the wildlife veterinarian in charge of the Northwest, Dr. Chandanjay Singha, he said that steps have been taken to treat the injured elephant. He added that the animal was also blind in one eye. The elephant, which is 10 feet in height, was found roaming in the Kakirawa area last year.
Venus passed across the face of the sun this morning, producing a spectacle that will not be seen for another 105 years. Transits of Venus are very rare, coming in pairs separated by more than 100 years. This transit of 2004 to 2012 won't be repeated until 2117.
This is the footage aired by NASA this morning on the transit of Venus. Meanwhile, the Sri Lankan Planetarium also provided an opportunity to witness this. A large group, including school children, arrived to witness this once-in-a-lifetime event. The sun rose at 5:54 today. It is not clear whether the transit of Venus had an impact on the weather this morning. Venus is now between the Earth and the Sun. We can see Venus from Earth as a black spot on the Sun. Meanwhile, an opportunity was also provided to witness this at the observatory in Ampara. Our correspondent said that a large group arrived at the observatory situated on the banks of the Raja Tank to witness this rare celestial event.
Today is the third day of the 2012 AIDA Asian Optimist Sailing Championship, which is being held at the Nila Valley Beach in Trincomalee. Singapore is currently ahead in the standings. Sports First is the media sponsor for the event. Today's events have been dedicated to competitors below the age of 16. Thereby, 79 sailors from 13 different countries will compete today. 3 events will be held each day and a competitor must participate in 12 events. Currently, the overall leader is Singapore's Gyal E. Loh. Sri Lanka's Dinak Gunawardena is currently placed in 61st position. Well, Well, that's all the news we have for you this afternoon. It was indeed a pleasure having you with us. Join us again at 1:55 for more of the Way Latest. Until then, you take care and have a wonderful day.